Who file ISF for tent poles? Are you a fan of camping? If so, you probably know the essential gear that makes a trip enjoyable, like tent poles. Today, we're diving into a niche that merges cozy camping gear with the serious side of international trade. Yep, you guessed it. We're here to talk about the importer security filing, or ISF, and who files it when it comes to tent poles. Before we swing into the details of tent poles, let's clarify what ISF is. The importer security filing, generally known by its catchy nickname 10+2, is a crucial filing requirement for importers entering the US. It includes basic information about the shipment, such as the parties involved, the product details, and more. Think of it as a fast-track way for customs to vet those items before they hit the shores. Now, you might be asking, why the tent poles? Well, the importation of recreational gear, including tent poles, can sometimes be overlooked in the big picture of customs regulations. When you're dealing with tent poles, you may not just be importing simple poles. You could be looking at an entire tent system, accessories, and who knows what else. This means understanding who files those ISFs is as essential as knowing how to pitch a tent without getting tangled in the poles. So, who files the ISF for those tent poles? Typically, it falls on the shoulders of the importer, the company or individual who brings the goods into the country. If you import tent poles for resale in your outdoor store, you're the one required to file the ISF. Remember, whoever is deemed the importer of record, IOR, is responsible for ensuring that the ISF is filed correctly. However, there's always a catch. In some cases, importers might choose to hire customs brokers to handle ISF filings. This doesn't drop overall responsibility, but it can relieve some pressure from the importer. These professionals know the ins and outs of customs and can help streamline the entire process, including your tent poles. Just ensure your broker is reputable and knows how to file for all those quirky items you bring in. Not a great position to be in, right? Save yourself the worry by staying proactive. One filing mistake could spell disaster. The ramifications can range from fines to shipment delays. The U.S. Customs and Border Protection, CBP, takes ISF filings seriously. Your tent poles could end up in customs purgatory, and there's nothing worse than being stuck waiting for your gear when you plan to be one with nature. Accurate and timely filing is the only way to avoid hitting a snag. Sometimes, tent poles come from manufacturers that produce uniquely sized or specially designed structures. Considerations about material, size, and use can impact ISF requirements. Some tent poles made of metal may require further scrutiny under trade regulations. Be sure to check if additional documentation is necessary, because what seems like a straightforward import could come with layers of complexity. Let's take a moment to discuss penalties. If you misfile or fail to comply with ISF requirements, the penalties can be pretty steep. It's like forgetting the main ingredient in your camping s'mores, utterly disappointing. Fines can range anywhere from $5,000 per violation to serious hold-up on your shipment. Make sure your ISF is on point to avoid those unexpected camping expenses. Now that we've navigated the potential pitfalls, let's take a look at some straightforward steps to ensure your ISF filing for tent poles goes smoothly. 1. Gather your documentation. Make sure that all relevant details, like the container number and product description, are on hand. 2. Seamless communication. Keep in touch with your supplier to ensure all information is accurate and timely. 3. Choose a trusted customs broker, if needed. If you're unsure about filing responsibilities, collaborate with a customs expert who can guide you properly. 4. File promptly. Remember that magical 24-hour deadline, and don't procrastinate even if it seems far away. 5. Review and confirm. Double-check your submission to ensure everything is correct before submission. You don't want to restock your tent pitching gear while chasing after corrections. So there you have it, everything you need to know about who files the ISF for tent poles. Whether you're an aspiring camping entrepreneur or just a hobbyist importing them for personal use, knowing the ins and outs of ISF can save you time, stress, and potentially a whole lot of cash. Thank you for joining us in tackling the fascinating world of ISF and tent poles. We hope you found this information not only useful but entertaining as well. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and watch our upcoming videos for more exciting content on customs brokerage, international trade, and all things camping. Happy camping and filing. Disclaimer note below. Happy importing and see you next time.